And time now for Toni Marie Wiseman and Inside the Artist Studio.
We are inside the Artist Studio tonight with artist Peter Wilkins here at the Rooms, where you are setting up for your new exhibit, which will open on Friday?
That's correct, the 19th of January.
Tell me about the show itself. What are kinetic portraits?
As you can see, they're basically video portraits, but instead of them chatting and it being sort of cut like a traditional video, it's one long take, so it's more like a photograph. And instead of, if you think of a photographic portrait as one instant of a person, you know, smiling or looking sad or whatever, these are like 6,000 photographs all put together. So when you watch the whole portrait, hopefully you'll get to see the person, you know, looking happy, sad, pensive, you know, all sorts of things.
So you interview them
Yes.
as you're videotaping them?
No, I've met them before, and I have an interview. I interviewed them, and I asked them all the questions I want to ask about their life. You know, not too sort of indiscreet, but nice, friendly questions that you would ask anybody you met at dinner or something. And once I've got a good impression of their life, I set up the shot, they sit down, and then I ask them to remember certain bits of their life they've told me, like when they're a child and they got caught taking an apple, or when they first met their wife or their husband, or, you know, those kind of things, or when they won a prize, or when they got a big check. You know, so they sort of cover the gamut of their life.
How did you decide who you were going to choose to...
That was really fun and easy, because it was, I knew I wanted to do Canadian writers, and I just wrote a list down. And it was pretty much that. And there was a bit of chat with friends, you know, oh, should we have this and should we have this? And then I set my list up. And then I started contacting them. And unfortunately, they all said yes. So it's been amazing.
Were they at all concerned with what you were doing?
I don't think they necessarily always grasped it when they'd agreed to do it. But once I'd showed them one portrait, they would go, oh my God, this is really cool and interesting, and how great. And then they were totally enthusiastic. So it was always seemed really sort of fun and easy.
How did you become interested in this style of art?
Because I wondered, very good question. I think because I love flat screens, and that they should be the new canvas. But most video art is you go into an installation and you have to watch it for 10 minutes. And to be honest, it can be really dull. And, you know, and I don't like that supposition that I'm willing to give up 10 minutes. So I thought if you could put video art onto flat screen monitors and just look at it like a traditional bit of art, so you look at that like a photo rather than a piece of video, you know, you can just watch it as quickly as possible. So I then just worked out how I could best do portraits based on that.
Who are some of the people that you have in the show? Who are some of the people in the portraits?
From Newfoundland, we've got Wayne Johnston, and there's Margaret Atwood, and Douglas Copeland, and Jane Urquhart. Austin Clarke, Anne-Marie MacDonald, Roch Carrier, M.G. Vasanji, David Adams Richards. Is that 11 or 12?
I don't know.
No, nor do I. I hope I haven't forgotten one.
Have they seen the work?
Yes, they've all seen what they've done, and they've all seen other, you know, perhaps one or two samples of the other sitters.
When they saw it, what did they think?
Mostly they're all quite amazed, and they sort of quite like it, and they sort of, it's very hard looking at yourself, because you go, oh, do I really look like that? And so they quite like it, and they go, it's fine. But if they've got a wife or a husband there, they tend to be much more enthusiastic and go, oh, you know, that's great. Look, there's your smile. And what are you thinking about that? Are you thinking about that? And, you know. And so, yeah, and it becomes a mystery even for the people that know them really well, what they're thinking about.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much.
Peter Wilkins' Kinetic Portraits of 12 Canadian Writers opens this evening at the Rooms. There's going to be a reception taking place at 8 o'clock, and Peter Wilkins will be in attendance. It's open to the public. We'll see you next week, once again, inside the Artist Studio.